of the tape then, the light heavyweights Yoel Romero and Alex Easy Polizzi. And there's no problem, no debate about where you are looking here.
You got to be honest. At 30 years of age, Polizzi's coming into his prime. At 45, you would think that Yoel Romero is past it, but he's not, because he is just made of something different.
He is. Let's get now to Michael C. Williams.
Bellator MMA now presents tonight's co-main event, 3 5-minute rounds in the light heavyweight division. Live on Showtime, we introduce first the blue corner. At 6 foot, weighing in 202.8 pounds, his professional record, 10 wins, just 1 loss. By way of Madison, Wisconsin, he fights out of Las Vegas, Nevada, Alex Easy Polizzi. And across the cage, his adversary, fighting out of the red corner. At 6 foot, weighing in 204.6 pounds, as a professional, 13 victories, 6 defeats. He fights out of Miami, Florida, by way of Pinar del Rio, Cuba, presenting Yoel, Soldier of God, Romero. In charge, your referee, Mike Beltran.
All right, gentlemen, first round. Ready to fight. Ready to fight. Have it, let's go.
So two of the most watchable fighters around. Polizzi with those blue gloves on, and he already finds out just how hard that Romero body is as he looks for that kick.
What you're looking for out of Romero is the explosions. He tries to relax himself in all fights. You see how he's just putting his hands out. He tries to control the pace, and when he wants to explode, it's the explosion that comes with violence as far as the output. And there's Polizzi trying to go for that takedown, and you saw how quick, at 45 years of age, how quick that sprawl was. Look, Yoel Romero is still, man, he was silver medalist in the Olympics in wrestling, and he can still wrestle, and this guy is unbelievable when it comes to fighting.
Big smile on the face there of Polizzi as he realized how tough this was going to be, in case he didn't already know. Just felt Romero's power a bit there as well, that straight left hand. Polizzi says he's got an ability to find pain, to take an opening. Will he get an opening here? Can he find any pain?
And again, looking for that takedown, but that's good. Polizzi needs to continue to go back to that. Make him have to think about defending, but that left hand straight down the pipe multiple times for Romero has found the spot.
See Romero almost feeling out the distance there. Romero came close to landing a left hook there as Polizzi almost overbalanced a bit.
Polizzi, this is a guy that has, look, he's lived off of his wrestling. His wrestling has been his key to success as a fighter, and he's gonna have to figure out a different pattern in this fight. Not that he should go away from wrestling, but it's not gonna be the one thing that gets him there.
Left hook there from Polizzi wasn't the worst shot. Not his big strength, but he tries to close the gap now, tries to stay busy. Has those temporary tattoos that have become something of a trademark. He says he normally trots out the line that he's never really heard of his opponent, but said he couldn't do that tonight. Polizzi looking to load up that big right hand. Can really reach out and touch the tension inside this massive arena. It's just a sense of waiting for a fight to explode into life.
And this has been one of the things about Yoel Romero is he takes his time in fights, and he doesn't overextend a whole lot. He doesn't push the pace. When he can, he just tries to remain nice and relaxed, and he knows that he's got time. But in his last fight against Phil Davis, the time went out based upon he thought he was in a 5-round fight because it was the main event, and it was only a 3-round fight. So he needs to know, and he does know this is a 3-round fight. There comes that point, he's got to start stepping on the gas a little bit. You see all the nice movement of him here. Again, see, he's got the takedown there if he wants it. He likes to fight in the stand-up. He feels comfortable standing. If you go back to his early days, beautiful low leg kick. You go back to his early days with Strikeforce, he wrestled. And then he decided, nope, I like the stand-up. I'm going to use my wrestling to be a sprawl and brawl guy. And he's been very successful with it.
It's an amazing switch-up for someone who had such success as a wrestler. Such a well-rounded exponent of this sport.
Nice knee inside by Alex Polizzi. Kind of caught you well. He did not expect that to come up that way. That touched him. And this is
Romero explodes.
This is what he can do. At any moment, he wants to bring the fight down. Great job by Polizzi to get back to his feet. But you saw the explosion, the power of Yoel Romero.
Take a look at some of the action from that opening round here. That straight left hand from Romero is a real weapon for him.
That was a beautiful straight left down the pipe there. Uppercut, misses with the hook. It's the power of Yoel Romero. That's what concerns fighters. When they're in there, they feel that power, and all of a sudden it's like, I need to be careful.
And for all Polizzi's smiling and suggestion that he's going to keep going and try and grind his man down, he'll know now. He'll know about the level.
All right, gentlemen, second round. Ready to fight. Ready to fight. Let's go.
There's that straight left hand straight away at the start of round two. A message there from Yoel Romero, and again.
Alex really trying to load up on those shots. He's throwing a lot of power into them.
Oh, left hook there from Romero. That came from a long way back, and it staggered Polizzi. Is Romero just starting to turn up the heat here?
He is starting to turn up the heat. This is what can happen when you get Yoel. Oh, beautiful elbow by Romero.
Now Polizzi's on the back foot. We know how tough Polizzi is, but he's having to bite down on that gum shield now. Is Romero just fighting in bursts here, just conserving and then throwing and then conserving and then throwing? Is that the way to not allow the gas tank to empty?
Yeah, that is his style. That is what he does, and he's done throughout his career. You know, he's that guy that you look at the way he fights. He's in control most of the time. And so when he's in control, he just decides, I'll just go when I want to go. And you can see he's explosive. He's just an athlete. Polizzi trying to give a lot of different looks here.
Oh, that's a massive left hand, and the legs were unsteady.
And a good look at Yoel. He just hurt him, had him on stanky legs, and just nice and relaxed. Yoel does not get overly excited. He just continues to do what he thinks is the most efficient way for him to get the win.
And then again, that left hand, and Polizzi knows it's coming, but there's not much he can do about it here.
And Yoel is seeing something out of Polizzi, and one of the things Polizzi's doing is, look, notice where his head's at. Not a whole lot of head movement, and when he's coming forward, the head is not getting off the center line. And that's giving Yoel the ability to counter him and hit him.
And of course, in those Cuban boxing gyms, everything's about being off the center line, about that sideways movement.
Absolutely, you know, the Cuban boxing team, you look at the way those guys box. That left hand is money right now for Romero. Yoel right now is just pot-shotting with that left hand. Anytime he wants to land it, and he's throwing, I love when he attacks the thigh with a big, heavy hammer fist. Polizzi standing tough, but he's taking a lot of heavy shots.
Kick there from Polizzi. Polizzi has proved, as if we didn't know already, he's got some chin.
We saw that in his last fight, there's no doubt.
We did.
Look for Yoel somewhere along the way here, though, as he thinks Polizzi's getting tired. Watch for he likes the flying knee. He'd like to bring a switch knee up the middle.
And he'd love to bring this Paris crowd to their feet. Loves something spectacular and dramatic, Yoel Romero.
Nice 1-2 by Romero, clean shots.
Just stalking his man.
You see, just right there, the speed that he was able to all of a sudden, here comes the jab, move forward. It's just a fast twitch muscle fiber.
Wow!
Oh.
Left hand lands. Polizzi's being worn down here. He's there to be finished.
It's almost like someone pulling the wings off a butterfly. That was just waiting there. Polizzi's still hurt. Still on wobbly legs.
There's only 10 seconds remaining in this second round. Huge punch landed. Massive credit to Polizzi for staying on his feet now, for still being in there. And respect, I think, from Yoel Romero. He is wonderfully unique.
He is, I couldn't have said it better, Dave. He is unique. He is special. He is gifted. And sometimes when you're watching him and the gifts that you know he possesses, that he doesn't use at times, it's like, why are you not doing what I know you can do? And then there's times when he does things, you know, that no one else can really accomplish. Here's that big straight left hand. You can see that kind of staggers Polizzi. That's the one puts Polizzi down. And again, he's just telling the audience, just wait, just wait. This guy, as far as power, speed, he's got it all. Definitely the soldier of God.
Well, Alex Polizzi is talking this week and says he brings pain and shame, and a fight with him is physically costly. All of that can be applied to what Romero's doing to him at the moment.
Oh, no doubt about it. And one of the things that you've seen is Polizzi has stopped. This is a guy that normally in his attacks incorporates the wrestling. He's not doing that at all now. He's given up on it, and he's just gone to the point of saying, okay, I'm going to have to stand with this guy because I can't take him down. So he's limited from his normal fighting style based upon Yoel being so physically good at the wrestling game.
Almost feels here as if Romero is casting a spell on Polizzi.
I think Romero is casting a spell on the entire crowd.
And he has brought so much uncertainty into Polizzi's mind. It almost feels as if Polizzi doesn't know what to do next.
And you can't blame Polizzi for that. It's right there. He actually got in fairly deep on the hip. Not even close. Nice body shot by Romero. Polizzi's still trying. Giving it everything he has.
And everything Romero does looks so casual and off the cuff, but it's so thought out.
And it's
breaking his man down here. Wins, 11 of them by KO or TKO, Yoel Romero. It'll be a feather in the cap of Polizzi to go the distance here. He's breathing heavily now, the nose is busted, but he's showing great grit and determination. And he lands a shot of his own there. This crowd just singing the name of Yoel Romero, and right on cue, another massive left hand.
And that's what you're looking at. If you're Polizzi and all of a sudden he's saying, just wait, it's like, oh no. Polizzi just so tough.
And again.
Oh, he's on wobbly legs, man. He's in trouble.
He's there if Romero wants to finish him. There's the kick. Another left hand. How tough is Polizzi?
Polizzi is junkyard dog tough. There's no doubt about it. But right now, he's being outclassed by a guy that's just a superior fighter, superior athlete, fast, strong, just good everywhere. And he's having fun out there. He's just playing.
Just pure bravery and willpower that is keeping Polizzi in there.
Well, there is not one fiber of quit in Alex Polizzi. We saw that in his prior fights. His last fight, like I said, being one of the best fights I've ever seen, based upon him being a guy that just will not quit. Taking huge shots, coming back. We know what he's made of. It's just that right now he's just taking a whole lot of heavy shots from a guy that can hit like a truck, is fast, and is very difficult for Alex to touch.
The crowd are willing Romero on here to come up with something special. There's that left hand again. He hasn't been able to miss with that all night long. Been taken apart bit by bit. And Romero lands the left again. Is he going to get a dramatic late finish? Huge right hand. Polizzi stays on his feet. Brutal uppercut to finish things off. And he waves it off.
Fight was called.
Romero in front of his people. His fight people. And they salute him, and they have watched a Cuban masterclass. And he's come down to see John.
Love you too.
John gets the big hug. Yoel Romero. Something else, John, just something else.
Like I said, he has made us something that the rest of us are not. It's not fair. Look at the replay, look at that. 1-2 shot, the left hand puts him down. And this is what I'm talking about, when he wants to. He can do this at any time. He just decides not to. I'll just stay out here and just do it. Look at that right hand. I mean, that is just a bomb. You're seeing referee Mike Beltran stopping the fight right there. Watch the 1-2. Down goes Polizzi. Hits him with a couple of shots. One shot right there, but here comes. That is just massive. And I can't believe Alex Polizzi actually is able to be on his feet with that. What a chin by that man, but man, he's fighting someone that is just different.
Polizzi takes a lot of credit from that. He was never in it, but he takes a lot of credit. He is a tough, tough man, but he was outclassed here tonight. And to think there were those that doubted Yoel Romero. Wow, that was something else. Let's get up to Michael C. Williams.
Ladies and gentlemen, inside the Bellator cage, referee Mike Beltran steps in, waves off the contest officially. 4 minutes, 59 seconds into round number 3. And the winner by TKO, Yoel, Soldier of God, Romero.
So it is Yoel Romero who gets the win. Let's get up to Big John.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am here with the soldier of God, Yoel Romero. Yoel, you can do things that other people cannot. It's not fair. It's just not fair. How are you feeling here, getting your first win in the Bellator cage?
Yoel, tú puedes hacer cosas que nadie en el mundo puede hacer. ¿Cómo se siente tu primera pelea ganada aquí en el cage de Bellator?
Primeramente, gracias a todos los fanáticos de Bellator, gracias a todos los fanáticos de las artes marciales y gracias a París.
First and foremost, I want to thank all of Bellator fans, all of the MMA fans, and thank you, Paris.
At a certain point in this fight, it seemed like Yoel could just do whatever he wanted, when he wanted. And then at the end, he went after him like, okay, now I'm going to finish you. Why did he wait that long for that moment?
En la pelea, Lucía, como que tú podías hacer lo que tú querías con él, pero después al final escogiste castigarlo. ¿Por qué esperaste tanto para apretar ahí?
Quería dar un mensaje y creo que lo hice.
I wanted to deliver a message, and I think I did.
There's no doubt that you delivered a message. Melvin Manhoef is standing right there. Melvin, I've been informed by President Scott Coker that your fight that was taken away because of your injury is now going to be put back together in Dublin, and you're going to face this man. What do you think after watching that performance?
Before I want to say something, I want to excuse me for not being here. I got injured, so I apologize for all the fans who want to watch this fight. I'm sorry.
After watching that performance, you've been explosive your entire life. He's explosive. What are you thinking about facing him in Dublin?
It's going to be a hell of a fight, man, and I think we're going to enjoy. So I think the fans are going to be, on this fight, the fans are going to be the winner, you know. So I'm looking forward to face you in Dublin, so appreciate it.
Yoel, how do you feel about facing a legend like Melvin Manhoef, a guy that's fought heavyweight, light heavy, did not matter, would fight anyone?
¿Cómo te sientes pelear una leyenda como Melvin Manhoef, que ha peleado en light heavyweight, en peso completo y no le ha importado?
Tenía ahora el deseo de pelear con él y ese deseo todavía sigue porque siempre la vida es un reto y él es uno de ellos.
I've always wanted to compete against him, and I still do, because he's been one of the greats.
Well, I cannot wait for that. Melvin Manhoef facing off against Yoel Romero.
See you soon, boy.
And that's the normal one. Give it up for both the soldier of God, Yoel Romero, and Melvin Manhoef facing off in Dublin.
The tale of the tape at light heavyweight between Yoel Romero and Melvin Manhoef. And John, Yoel has that huge height advantage, clearly.
Well, it is a good height advantage, but when you look at Manhoef, this might be good because if Yoel does go for the takedown, he's the shorter guy, he's got to get a little bit lower, but 6 foot to 5'8", cannot wait for this fight.
Cannot wait, so let's get to Michael C. Williams.
Bellator MMA now presents tonight's feature as two devastating knockout artists collide live on Showtime. The co-main event of the evening, 3 5-minute rounds in the light heavyweight division. Introducing the blue corner. At 5'8", weighing in 205.7 pounds in what could be the final fight of an unparalleled combat sports career tonight. The veteran stands with 32 victories, 15 defeats, 1 draw, with 29 wins by knockout, 26 of those coming in round number 1. Ladies and gentlemen, from Amsterdam, Netherlands, presenting Melvin Manhoef. And across the cage, his adversary, fighting out of the red corner. That 6 foot, weighing in 205.9 pounds. The dynamic power puncher enters with a professional record of 14-6, with 12 of his wins coming by way of knockout. Hailing from Pinar del Rio, Cuba, he fights out of Miami, Florida, USA. Introducing Yoel, soldier of God, Romero. And when the bell rings, the referee in charge, Kerry Hatley.
So they go face to face. Messages exchanged between the two of them. There's great respect here.
Commands at all times, fight hard at all times. Touch them up. Let's go to war, man.
Noise of the Dublin crowd for Romero.
It's amazing. The one thing when you look at this one, Dave, the speed of both of these guys, you look at their age, speed's always the first thing to go, and it has not gone with either one. They're both still super fast.
Both still super powerful as well. Do not blink. General feeling is if Melvin Manhoef is to pull off a win here, he has to do it early, when he tends to do it.
Only 26 times.
No great surprise that after all the talk, they're feeling each other out here. Just having a look at cuffing shot from Romero.
There's a nice counter left hand by Romero. See, and that right there, you saw Romero fake the change of levels like he's going to wrestle. Manhoef hits the ground. He doesn't go after him.
There's a left hand from Yoel Romero, and now he does have him on the floor.
And in this position, Yoel Romero has a distinct advantage. He is so good with his base and balance. It's going to be very hard for Melvin Manhoef to get up. Look right away. Up into the mouth. Melvin's got to move. He's got himself back to a half guard.
Immense strength of Yoel Romero and the technique as well. The man have said in all of those defeats, the only fighter who dominated him was Gegard Mousasi. Maybe Yoel Romero looking to make that too.
You see Yoel trying to, what we're talking, windshield wiper, grabbing the ground and bringing that arm up. And for a wrestler, the half guard is the best position. You're so good at controlling the hips and being heavy, and it's so difficult to move a guy that's lived his life in knowing how to control body position. It's a great place for Yoel Romero to be.
What's that?
And just to remind you, those who don't know, and I think everyone does, for all the power, this is an Olympic silver medal wrestler with power.
You take a look at those elbow shots that Yoel's going after him with. Heavy shots. Those can be real damaging. Melvin's doing a good job of protecting himself here. But now you see, if that elbow gets on the other side of Melvin's head, now he's able to separate that arm from the body. This is an Americana setup. He needs to keep that elbow by the side of Manhoef's head and start sliding it back.
Manhoef desperately trying to defend it.
What he wants to do is take that hand, put the hand to the floor, and then paint the back of that hand along the canvas. He does that, he's going to put a ton of pressure on that shoulder. Very painful submission. See, now he wants to drag it back.
Manhoef clinging on here.
Good job of Melvin to get himself free from it. A lot of what kept Melvin from being able to be put in that position to where it worked, he's kept that half guard.
How much is this taking out, though, of Melvin Manhoef?
Well, there's a lot of pressure and a lot of weight on his chest. And, people are looking here and they go, oh, they're just lying on each other. I'm telling you right now, if you're Melvin Manhoef, Yoel Romero feels like he's 500 pounds at times. It is a stifling pressure.
Hugely dominant opening round here from Yoel Romero. Just got Manhoef clinging on, really.
Bringing that left leg up to trap that leg so he can try to slide his leg through. Breaking that guard, that half guard hold that he has, trying to get to him out.
And he's got 6 seconds to get there. So in the end, the opening round wasn't about who landed first, not really. It was about Yoel Romero. The wrestling came from a good shot that he landed. And let's have a look back at it, John.
This is that low kick, and it takes the balance of Melvin Manhoef completely away. The left hand touches him, but it doesn't do any damage. But that kick took a guy who's been kickboxing for most of his life right off of his feet, put him on the ground, and from that point, Yoel Romero was able to just control the fight. He landed some good shots at times, tried to improve position. Not a lot of damage done to Melvin. Melvin should be good coming into the second round, but he's got to keep this fight on his feet.
This fight was postponed from Paris because of that incredible incident. The fight with the burglars that we heard so much about with Melvin.
If you're going to be a burglar, do not burglarize Melvin Manhoef.
Good guy to pick on, John.
Yes.
Great choice, as they discovered.
It's just common sense.
All right, here we go, man. Round two, ready? Let's go.
So round two, these two legends of this sport. Clear opening round for Yoel Romero. Can Manhoef land? Because if he can, it could change the story completely.
Look, nobody's chin is punch-proof. And if Melvin Manhoef lands a clean shot on Yoel Romero, he can put anybody out. He put Mark Hunt out with a shot 18 seconds into the fight.
And that's a granite chin right there.
Oh, my God.
Good use of that inside leg kick from Melvin Manhoef. But again, that respect is there. You can see it clearly as we did in the opening round.
Melvin is really limiting his kicks because he doesn't want to give his leg or be off balance against Yoel. So that's why he's kind of held him back, which I understand it, but you got to be who you are. And if you're Melvin Manhoef, your kicks are an incredible weapon. You got to go after him with it.
And choosing to engage that time. Comes forward with that left hook. He's being urged on by his corner to be more active here, Manhoef.
Well, the only way that he can get the win is to be active. So I understand why his corner is urging him on to get after Romero. But I also understand why Melvin Manhoef is being very cautious in how he does it.
Shuffling forward there, Romero does things in his own way.
Very unique individual. You look at how nice and calm and relaxed he is. There's no excess burn of energy ever from Yoel Romero. He's always in control of his pace, where he wants to be. A lot of people will not understand the way he fights at times. Me being one of them, when he's so good at certain aspects, but
just fell back into the cage there. With a short right hand, Romero just shrugged his shoulders, his gigantic shoulders.
When you're taking a look at this round, both guys, are leaving the opening for their opponent to steal the round. Yoel needs to get busier, and Melvin needs to be more offensive, go after the times, land good shots. Nice left hand down the pipe.
Well, 90 seconds to go, and it is there to be grabbed this second round, and it's absolutely crucial for Manhoef to try and grab it. One of those rounds where a big shot landed could win you the round, whatever its repercussions. There's that feint again from Yoel Romero.
Well, you see the big reaction from Melvin. He's waiting for that.
You good? Let's go, Pat.
Quite fired as much there. There was an uppercut from Romero.
I don't even think that shot landed cleanly at all. I think it was off the arm. It just shows the power of Yoel Romero upsetting the balance.
So far, no fighter really has landed clean.
18 seconds left. This round could be won by anyone still.
Yeah, it's still there. It's absolutely still there as Yoel Romero looks for the
big shot.
Huge shot.
He got hurt by that. You can see it in his eyes.
Well, yet to truly catch fire. We've all got our eyes on it because we know it could explode at any point. There's that Manhoef corner. Yoel Badawi. Well, we said that second round was there to be grabbed right to the end of it. Was this enough in the end to grab it?
There you go with that combo that I talked about. And that went right off the back of his shoulder, but it took his balance away. Look at the shot. That knee does land. And you can see it actually affected Melvin. You can see it in his eyes. I wish we could see his eyes right now because his eyes got very big and stayed in that position, which is telling you he got hit by it.
So big question. You know what's coming. How did you score that second round?
guy, you know, in the end, neither guy did a whole lot, but the better shots overall were landed by Yoel Romero. I got to go with Romero in the round.
Round 3, last round, last round. All right, here we go,
So
man.
that
Ready?
would put him
Let's
2
go.
rounds up. That means Melvin Manhoef, and what could be, will be, his final ever round as a pro fighter, needs a massive finish. To the body there from Manhoef, and you saw the reaction from Yoel Romero.
Well, it was a clean body shot that landed very well. Yoel kind of looked at him like, yeah, that's not good. But I know it hurt.
Switches there, Yoel Romero does so effortlessly, of course. Just searching out a weakness. Fascinating mover in the cage, the way he just prowls to within range, Romero. And quick enough to move out of range.
Right there. Melvin, he's biting hard on it. I can't blame him. You know, he's got to make sure that he is prepared for that takedown defense. He gets those hips out. See the hands. There comes the takedown. And from this position, it's going to be very difficult for Melvin to be able to get out of here. He needs to really think about putting his back up against the cage if he can, and start scooting his way up the cage and keep the hands of Yoel Romero from being able to get around his legs again. Not an easy thing to do.
Excellent head position there from Yoel Romero. Now with under 3 minutes remaining, how does Melvin Manhoef find a way to win the fight from here?
I wouldn't put it past Melvin Manhoef for being able to knock somebody out from his back. He's got that kind of power. But to do it against Yoel Romero, I'm just not sure that anyone's got that kind of power to do it. This is a position where Melvin has got to give up his back to try to get himself back out. A lot of pressure here. Not enough to stop the fight. Melvin to tap out. Romero just being very heavy on top of him.
All of that weight, using that elbow as well. Well, Romero's creating nightmares here for Melvin Manhoef.
Melvin's not able to control the posture of Romero. A lot of damage can be done right now with hammer fists and elbows by Yoel.
He is working so hard to try and control that posture. Look at the elbow there from Romero.
He's getting hit with big shots.
He is now. He's having a good look at this. He stopped it. Yoel Romero makes it look so easy. He bided his time. He spotted the weakness and he pounced. Ground down Melvin Manhoef. Goodness me, he's special, John.
He is, like I said, he's made it something different than all the rest of us. He is a monster for a guy of his age. The way he can move, the strength. Take a look at what he does here. He drives him into the cage, quickly gets his hands together, drops him down, and from that point, you're looking at it saying, Melvin's not a submission specialist. That's not where his strength lies. And if he cannot control the posture, take a look at these elbows. Now he's out. Big elbow strikes. If he cannot control the posture of Yoel Romero, those are a ton of power coming down weight. He's out at that first one and he needs 2 more.
So Yoel Romero with the win. Melvin Manhoef still getting attention. Nice words here, Romero and Manhoef. And the good news is that Melvin Manhoef is sitting up on the stool. Two of them are hugging Romero with plenty of words. But Melvin Manhoef, he was the victor, but it is good to see that Melvin seems to be okay, John.
Oh, absolutely. You don't want to see anybody hurt. He took some big shots. And when your head has nowhere to go and is getting hit not only by the elbow but the canvas there, it's what we call a coup contre coup. Devastating blows.
Got to his feet there and still looked unsteady. Guys just looking after him there, Melvin Manhoef. Plenty of respect shown here by Yoel Romero. Melvin determined to stand on his feet. Let's get to Michael C. Williams.
Ladies and gentlemen, inside the Bellator cage, it comes to an end. 3 minutes, 34 seconds into round number 3. The winner by knockout, Yoel, Soldier of God, Romero.
He's unique. He is simply unique, Yoel Romero. And he was dominant here, and in the end, far too good for Melvin Manhoef. You are going to finish with a defeat, at least finish with a defeat against one of the very, very best. They're great friends, John and Yoel. Let's hear from them now.
I'm here with your winner, Yoel Romero. Yoel, you have had an incredible career. You have been dominant with so many great fighters. Two things. What was it like being able to fight here in Dublin in front of this crowd and to have a fight against someone like Melvin Manhoef?
¿Cómo te queda pelear aquí en Dublin con esta gente?
Woo! It's amazing. You can retire in your sport, so you don't fight in Dublin. So you fight in Dublin. Everything is good. You can fight one day. That is for every fighters. You need to come into Dublin and fight here. You need to fight here. Woo, it's amazing.
Look, you put yourself in a position, big wins back to back. You've talked about going to 185 again. You're at 205. You look fantastic at 205. Who is it you should be fighting next?
¿Qué tú quieres el persona next para pelea?
Everybody know. And now I see go down for the bar and 185 pounds. Ladies and gentlemen, look at me. I am the best and 185 pounds on the wall. No matter what competition, no matter what house, I am the best and 185 pounds on the wall. You need to fight me.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Yoel Romero. Ladies and gentlemen, I am here with Melvin Manhoef. I have watched this man fight for a long, long time, and he has been a devastating striker, a guy that everybody feared for years. Melvin, thank you for everything you've done. How are you feeling?
I want to thank everybody for supporting my career for 28 years. 28 years I'm fighting, and I didn't want to fight a nobody. I want to fight names, and I did the best that I can. And for 28 years, I'm doing this. This is what I love, and I appreciate all the support what you gave me. But today, I think we have to hang up the gloves after 28 years of fighting. And thanks for the support. You make my life great. You let me feel alive. Thank you, my man.
Ladies and gentlemen, please get on your feet for Melvin Manhoef.
We will take a look at the tail of the tape here. 40 versus 46. You don't often see those numbers in mixed martial arts. Not at this level, not with these elite type athletes, but these two men are timeless. Santos is taller, 6 feet 2 inches tall, very slightly heavier. He has a reach advantage, a pretty significant one in both arms and legs.
Okay, keys to victory. So, of course, Santos has got to set the pace. We know Romero likes to hang back and wait for his opportunity. He's got to push forward, but at the same time, keep changing his angle, using that lateral movement. And the head kick, that's the only thing that's going to put Romero on the canvas. He takes such a good shot. Romero is going to fight in bursts, and those jumping knees are lethal. But if he can find the takedown, he doesn't always use it in his fight. We know he's got it in his back pocket, and I think it would be valuable here.
Andy Shepard inside the smart cage.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following fight is scheduled for 3 rounds of action in the light heavyweight division and is a PFL versus Bellator contest. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner and representing Bellator. He's a wrestling specialist and stands 6 feet tall. He weighed in officially at 205 pounds and holds a professional MMA record of 15 wins and 7 losses, 13 wins coming by way of knockout. Fighting out of Miami, Florida, by way of Pina del Rio, Cuba, the Soldier of God, Yoel Romero! And his opponent fighting out of the red corner and representing PFL. He's a striking specialist and stands 6 feet 2. He went in officially at 205.2 pounds. And in his 34 fight career, has built a record of 22 victories, 11 defeats, and 1 no contest. 15 wins coming by way of knockout. Fighting out of Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, Thiago Marita Santos. Your referee in charge, Brian Miner.
Brian Miner will oversee the action. Thiago Santos in the blue trunks. Yoel Romero wearing black.
Yo, you ready? Thiago, you ready?
Southpaw stands for Romero. A lean Thiago Santos. We haven't seen his body look this lean in quite a few fights. We'll see how that comes into play later.
Thiago hurt a little bit, making weight. I saw him in the hotel. It was the very first thing he said. He said, hey, I'd love to talk and catch up with you. I can't. This was 1 day before weigh-ins. His voice was dry. He was starting to lose some sweat. I share that with you. I can all but assure you, Thiago's going to win the first round. But the answer is why. The why is Yoel doesn't get going. He always uses the first round as a warm-up. If history is a trajectory to the future here, he'll do it again.
Lots of hip feints from both of these guys, both threatening the rear leg kick. Both incredibly powerful, and it might be a case of whoever goes first is risking the most.
There's a famous clip. It was Yoel Romero in his very first fight. He's standing in this posture, toe-to-toe, looking at the guy bouncing around. Yoel drops all the way to the mat, grabs the guy by the heel, stands up and lifts his foot over his head. That's how he took him down.
the speed at which he can move when he decides to go is terrifying. Even at this age of, you know, into his late 40s now, he's a sniper, and with the power that he's got, the physicality that he's got, when he decides to move, you've got to get out of the way. You've got to make sure you're covered. You can't think about countering. Santos here is waiting to try and see where Yoel Romero is going to open up his game, where he's going to expose himself first.
29 finishes between these two men. Not a lot of folks thinking we will see the judges' scorecards in this light heavyweight contest. Stomping kick to the lead leg there from Romero.
We know how damaging that was against Rob Whittaker. Lovely feint from both of these guys. There's the head kick again from Maheta.
Each of them have tested one so far in the early goings of this fight. 2 minutes down now. A lot of respect being shown, and understandably so. One strike from either of these men can change everything in a PFL versus Bellator contest. Switching stances there, Romero steps in, throws the right hand. Santos offers one right down the pipe. Little thumbs up from Romero, I think, to his corner. There's John Jones. In the traditional Saudi garb, getting a little pop from the crowd.
You can see the focus from John Jones. He knows how dangerous both of these guys are. You cannot take your eyes off this fight. I'd like to see Santos start to use that cross a little more, even to cover up his head kick.
Well, he just gave Yoel Romero a little something to read that we'll see if it comes into play later. He reached down to try and block the body kick, and we know what Yoel can do, bringing that thing upstairs.
Yoel won the World Championship in wrestling. He was second in the Olympic Games in wrestling. Yoel has attempted 0 wrestling in this fight. And guys, he might not. It's one thing that would open his hands up a little more. Offer the threat. Everybody knows the resume on him. Everybody knows what I just said. They've seen the tapes. Offer that threat. And I think it's a mistake when Yoel doesn't do more of it.
Well, we've got John Jones here in the bottom of our screen. Anybody at the table fought John Jones? Anyone know what that's like?
Yeah, I fought John.
Oh,
I fought John Jones.
You fought John Jones.
Not long, but I fought him. It was like, guys, it was like being locked in a cage with a bear.
Very tentative this is from Santos. A lot of respect he's given for Yoel Romero. But what that's allowing Romero to do is to hold the center.
Big miss there from Romero, puts him off balance, but Santos not able to chase it down and make him pay.
Dan, could you imagine, though, to my point, could you imagine being an Olympic medalist in wrestling and not use that tool, not even threaten it?
It's crazy to me. I mean, we've seen it throughout his career. Because he's such a powerful athlete, it's almost like he wants to show people how dangerous he can be with his strikes. I mean, the height he gets on his flying knees is incredible, but I would like to see him utilize his wrestling more. I have to wonder whether it's a question about fatigue, because 3 5-minute rounds of wrestling in mixed martial arts with strikes and submission attempts is very different.
Well, and at age 46, Chael, I'll submit to you the question whether or not it has something to do with injury history, because if you have back problems, Santos landed one in that combination, but Romero ducks away from the rest. If you have a back problem, you have a hamstring problem, wrestling becomes less of an option for you.
Yeah. Hey, and I'll tell you guys, as we look back on this first round, that wasn't the most active round we've seen, but I enjoyed every second of it. That was tactical. I could tell what they were thinking.
If you haven't seen the Super Belt yet, it's a treat. A heavy piece of gold hardware with a big championship ring fitted right in the middle of it. You can take it out, Dan Hardy, and wear the ring around.
You would wear it all the time, wouldn't you?
I would never take it off. I would sleep in it. Yoel Romero there in the black trunks. Thiago Santos ready to start round number 2 in the blue.
Tim Sylvia, when he was a world champion, used to wear that belt around, and people would tease him. I thought he looked cool. I wanted to win it. I was going to wear it just like he did. I'm talking about, you go to the Walmart, you're wearing the belt. You get on an airplane, belt.
See, this is where you need a ring, you see. You can't be wearing a belt all the time.
I want to know what kind of person is teasing the UFC heavyweight champion, Tim Sylvia, but...
Hey, I was saying I thought he looked cool. Boy, there's a lot going on here by Thiago. Thiago just attempted an axe kick, and he got half of it done. The foot did come up to one side of the head.
Oh, there's that takedown attempt. Almost.
The distance wasn't there, but you just saw an incredibly and you saw speed. Yoel Romero still got the speed. He dropped down, ran a couple steps on his knees, and popped back up before Thiago knew what happened.
I like that front kick to the midsection from Santos. That would be a very useful thing to manage the distance between them, especially given the fact that he's got the height and reach advantage and the fact that Romero doesn't tend to catch kicks and take people down from them. Slightly less risky against than it would be against someone like a Johnny Eblen.
Romero switching stances here a couple of times in this round. We saw him do it with strikes in round number 1. Front kick almost came up through the guard of Romero there. Steps just outside range. Combination attempted there from Santos. A lot more output from Hammer here in round 2.
That was a better combination. I like the body kick to the left hook. That was a clever combination. A little bit more volume out of Santos would do him a real service. He is allowing Romero to set the pace and dictate when they exchange, and that is not going to win in this fight.
Thiago Santos' legs might become a liability for him later in this fight. He kind of stubbed his toe on the mat in round number 1. He's eaten a couple of leg kicks, and obviously every one of those at this weight can be very impactful.
And we know how damaging Yoel Romero can be to the knees of his opponents, and we know the damage that Santos has already taken. He can't be standing there taking those oblique kicks, those chasse kicks to the knee.
Santos had a surgery. He's got well-documented knee problems in the past. I'm going back a couple of years, but all the same, ACL on one leg, MCL on the other, it's tough, and Yoel is chopping away at that. At a minimum, it's having a mental effect on Santos.
Well, it's caused him to switch stances here. He's now standing southpaw in round number 2. And Yoel happy to attack that alternate lead leg.
It's a tricky spot because the textbook says if you're Santos, you close the distance. That's how you protect those knees. But the textbook also says you don't close the distance and clinch with the Olympic medalist.
Santos trying to work behind his jab. Francis Ngannou just walked in to take his place cage side. Ooh, head kick bounces off the guard partially there for Santos. Yoel Romero starting to put some things together here.
Santos is not liking those low kicks. Keeps switching his stance here. I wonder why. I wonder if it's because he's trying to set something up or because he's trying to avoid taking kicks to those legs.
I would guess that it's more of the latter. And again, when you take the legs away from a power puncher, not only does it cause him to be hesitant, but it just saps power from those strikes. Removes that efficient chain of motion from the floor through your fist.
Santos needs to start putting some things together here. He's being a little too hesitant. His feints are working. Every time he feints, he draws the hands of Yoel Romero out of shape. There are pockets and opportunities for him to capitalize, but he has to chain things together. You can see Romero reaches for kicks, he reaches for punches, but he feels like because he's got cat-like reflexes, he can get out of the way. Santos has got to throw volume.
We're watching a very risk-averse game plan from both of these individuals, even late into round number 2. Someone's gonna have to seize control of this fight. There's a head kick attempted again from Yoel Romero.
I'll tell you what, it's a hard one. It really is a hard one to judge and score. All right, hey, that's taking a toll here. That's a meaningful toll that the judges weren't just able to see on Santos. Santos has got to stay busier with that jab. Every time he jabs, Yoel's not countering him. He's respecting, he's allowing that offense to be a defense. If you're Santos, get busy.
Santos has hidden it very well up to this point, but those last 2 low kicks, I felt like it was very telling. The posture, he showed the pain in his movement after those. He's going to have to do something in this last round if he's going to make an impact on the scorecards.
Round 2 ends. We head into round number 3. Francis Ngannou and Mike Tyson sitting together cage side. The former baddest man on the planet and the current baddest man on the planet just so happen to be buddies.
And the bad guy, Chael Sonnen, sitting with us. All kinds of bad tonight.
I love it. I love it. That is a great picture right there. You know, this relationship, as I understand, Mike Tyson was the hero of Francis Ngannou. That's who Francis, as a kid, always wanted to meet, always wanted to be like. Now, he's trained with them. They've come along this journey. The very venue, the very geographical location where Francis competed so well with Tyson Fury sits about 30 yards behind this shot you're looking at right now.
That was an interesting storyline in the Fury Ngannou boxing match, that Tyson Fury, who's named after Mike Tyson sort of took Francis's side in that whole thing, a psychological effect. Round 3, touch of the gloves. Thiago Santos, very, very hesitant in round number 2. Needs to get busy if he wants to beat Yoel Romero, who swings away with the left.
First round was hard to score. Second round, I felt like Romero landed some really meaningful low kicks. And now he's dominating the center again. Beautiful head movement there. That's going to make Santos even more hesitant to throw if he's missing every time he does. It's incredible, really, the presence that Yoel Romero has. There are a few fighters that can stand in front of you and just edge forward, and people don't want to engage them.
I can feel it. From where I'm sitting, I can feel, Dan, I feel like a TKO is a moment away. But from either guy, they're both trying to finish. They just are looking for their opportunity. And with Yoel, he's always in range. He always puts himself in that fire.
I think we made the point of how dangerous Thiago Santos can be when he really gets things going. He almost knocked off the guy who a lot of people consider the greatest fighter in the world in John Jones. But right now, I mean, even when he's in range, he's having a hard time letting his hands go because of that intimidation factor, because his legs are coming out from underneath him with these kicks.
Back in the orthodox stance now, that was a beautiful knee. If you look closely, you can see some swelling on the calf of the lead leg of Romero, the left leg. This is potentially why he's spending a lot of time southpaw.
Yoel Romero used that underhook and almost bowled Thiago Santos right over. Santos able to stay on his feet, but now he's chest to chest.
Expect an elbow on the break here. Nice short knees on the inside.
Wow, flurry on the exit there from Santos. More of that is what you need to see from him if he wants to win this fight.
And I'll tell you what, only 2 or 3 more of that. That was a very good combination. I'm not sure why we don't see more of it. Early on, I surmised, well, perhaps he's worried about those takedowns and he want to expose himself. Now I'm surmising maybe his knees bother him a little bit, but when he lets those hands go, he's having success. And as time tick down, he's got to take a little more risk.
You got to take a risk. Your path to victory here, if you're Thiago Santos, is not to dance around on the outside and let Yoel Romero kick you in the calves a few more times. He's got to commit to some combinations here. As difficult as that is, as you saw, he just tried to plant that rear leg and his foot slipped out from underneath him. Of course, sitting here cage side, it's always easier said than done, Dan Hardy, but there's high stakes in this fight.
There are. Santos is moving, but he's finding it very difficult to step forward to punch. You can see that instability on his legs. Neither leg is really supporting him fully, so that's undermining his punching power. But if he starts to move forward into range and start to put volume together, something will get through. I do like the kung fu, though, from Yoel Romero.
We've seen it in his career. He'll drop his hands, he'll stand there, he'll do whatever he wants. He's not scared of anything because he knows people aren't going to shoot on him.
And frankly, anybody, whether Yoel's doing it, Nick Diaz is doing it, like there's something to that motion where everyone's looking, hey, what's he doing? Does he know something I don't? When the reality is, he's just playing around.
Kind of hypnotizes the opponent for a moment. They're wondering exactly what's going on. And the thing is with Romero, when he starts to get excited and start to move like that, you're expecting an attack to come. Those low kicks are very telling. Redness on the inside and outside of both the legs of Santos. And that left leg calf, we can see the swelling protruding out from the front of his shin bone.
Romero rushes forward. Santos tries a check hook on the retreat. And for those watching at home, the canvas is not slippery. It's just that Santos is having a hard time putting weight on both legs. So he's skidding around a little bit.
And not only is it undermining his forward movement and his attack, but it's also slowing him down, escaping from range when Romero starts to move forward, which is making him very vulnerable. I like those black Bellator gloves. Might have to get myself a pair of.
Yeah, he looks cool, doesn't he, man?
Oh!
There's some commitment on the attack with 30 seconds left in this fight.
Oh, that leg really gave out.
Those two bad knees, those two surgeries that Santos required. That happened in his fight with John Jones, and I must give him credit. He finished that fight the same as he's finishing Yoel. This man is hurt. This man is a tough competitor who's trying to win a fight.
He just ate a big left hand. Didn't seem to bother him all that much in these final seconds. We'll go to the judges' scorecards. Yoel Romero thinks he's done enough.
Not easy. This is not going to be an easy decision, guys. You could have a 30-27, and I don't think anyone complain. Either way, you could. You could based on what the judges are looking at. This was hard to score.
Hard to score, absolutely. I felt like Romero, on my scorecard, was starting to gather momentum as the fight went on, but he was only creeping forward with his pressure. But the low kicks, the damage that he was able to accumulate on both the legs of Santos, really undermined the rest of Santos's game. And for me, that's where Romero takes the scorecards for me.
Thiago Santos, at 40 years of age, says he wants to keep going. Yoel Romero, at 46, says no end is in sight. Nasty inside kick there.
I mean, how do you score it if you're a judge? We got to go to that. The judges are forming a decision right now. They're taking a little extra time. I don't think that it's easy, guys. I admit Thiago got hurt. I admit that Yoel damaged him, but he didn't go down. If he doesn't go down, the judge now gets to interpret that how he chooses. There's no actual guidelines.
I thought this would be an opportunity for Chael Sonnen to go hard on the Bellator side here. For me, this was a good performance from Romero, exactly what I expected. A steady dismantling of his opponent. The damage to the legs was the most consequential thing of the whole fight. Kind of feel like we might need 25 minutes to separate these two guys.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, you talk about two great competitors. Everybody fighting here tonight's a good fighter. With the greats, the ones that are on the main card, the ones that are moving closer to the main event, the championship, they can compete. They're in a different territory. They're speaking different languages. By example, they're taking on the scariest guys in the world. They can stay in that fire, even with bad knees, which is what Santos just did. A lot of heart, grit, and toughness in this 15-minute contest. I thought the same. I got to go back to earlier tonight. For anyone that missed Clarissa Shields, that was a treat. That was a treat to get to see a two-time Olympic champion dig deep and show her ability to fight. I bring Clarissa up. She won her first Olympic Games when Yoel got his silver medal.
I've noticed Santos has taken off his gloves. Is that because they're a tight fit or because he's potentially not putting them back on again?
Well, we'll find out, but when you feel like you can't even walk around inside of the smart cage, when your legs are as far gone as his legs appeared to be in this fight, and certainly because of Yoel Romero and some efficient attacks and some damage. But we've seen worse. We asked our experts who won the fight. Dan and Chael both agree that Yoel Romero will get the nod from the judges. But their scorecards are with Andy Shepard.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecards. The judges scored this bout 30-27, 30-27, and 29-28. All for your winner by unanimous decision, Yoel Romero!
Hey, what's up, guys? This is Francis Ngannou. Subscribe now.